So the room that we're in right now is Norman Child's room, okay? It's been here for roughly a year. Right now it's been the #1 selling line between every location that we have since we launched the line about 3.5 years ago. From a price point standard, they all range about $345. However, one thing about Eyetique versus other places is the fact that you can get a $300 frame that's hand-cut Italian Mazzucchelli plastic, which might not mean anything to you, but it's a feeling. You can get that product for $345 in this collection, and you can walk over to a Fossifoss frame that's $700, and it's the same exact stuff. Okay, so that's probably why, and our styles are so different. Like some of the crazy colors, like when you talk about things like you like to be trendy, you like to have your own style. This is all hand cut. Okay, so it's clear coat. All right, try this on for a minute. See this when you talk about pushing the bar and being a little fun, like this is more so of what.
Oh, I like these.
This is that look that you're describing that you're talking about.
Yeah, this is different. This is different for me. I wouldn't even think to wear something like that, but it's still trendy and it's still fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, this particular one is brand new, and I'm going to tell you an inside story about this frame. Okay, the frame, all of our frames are manufactured, and Norman and Brad and maybe a few other people at the time, they all come up with names for the frames. Okay, the names of the frames represent something in Norman's life. Okay, his dogs, something he likes. And then all of our employees. After he goes through all the employees, I mean, we only have 50, or so, right under 50. So after we name them, you got to start coming up with different ideas. This particular one, nobody actually knows this, okay? It's called Enter Tess, okay? It's supposed to be Enter Jess. Okay, Jess is somebody who works for our company. I was sitting upstairs when this frame came in, and one goes, "You gotta look at this frame." I get so excited about frames. Like, this is my life. So we're sitting up there with Norman. He goes, "Look at this frame. This is Enter Jess." And I was like, "That's odd because it says Enter Tess." And he goes, "You're kidding me." And I was like, "Was that not supposed to be the case?" He's like, "No, they're already made, so we can't really change it now." So it is what it is. But that's probably one of the newest frames. Another one of the other frames are probably this. This is probably a little small, just seeing how it fit on your face. This particular one, you're going to see, we're actually developing right now. It's a little small. It's a little small.
These remind me of like, I like what's behind you, the tortoise shells, like older men, very classic type of glasses, eyeglasses.
This frame is actually, this is my frame, okay?
Oh, okay. The Hustler. I like that.
It's called the Hustler. It was originally not going to be named that, but it fits so perfect. I like that era. I like the zoot suits. I like the three-piece French cuffs. That's my style. That's my era. I wish I could have lived in that time. So it kind of fit that this would be my frame or my name, so to speak.
For my face.
For your face, I would probably, now do you do different things with your hair? Do you keep it like that? Do you go crazy with it?
My hair is usually much shorter than this.
Okay.
And, but what if I had like long flowing hair, or if I had really thick hair, or, a thin braid of hair? Like, how would you match the frame?
A lot of times what you want to do is, when you have shorter hair, a lot of times you can go real crazy, okay?
Right.
You can go crazy, you can go fun, you can go thick, you can go bold. When you have long flowing hair, especially, you're a little bit more petite. When you have longer hair, you don't want to have so much thick emphasis on your face, okay? Because your hair is now, instead of real close, it's coming down. So then you got this thick frame, and it takes over your face. It takes over who you are. It doesn't fit in with your own style. You can't walk into the room and be like, "Oh, she looks so good." First thing they're going to say is, "Did you see her glasses?"
Right.
You don't really want to go with that. Like, you want to try to fit it in with your look that you're wearing. Now, if you do have different hairstyles throughout the year, if you have 6 or 7, one pair is probably not going to do it.
Right.
It's not going to, there's no pair in here that is going to give you the same look every time you have a different look. Same as this frame is not going to look like this frame. It just doesn't work. Now, if you have long flowing hair, I would probably say you can go big if you like that style, if you like to be a little trendy. However, you're probably going to want to go thin. And when I say thin, I mean something like this. So you take two looks. They're not that far off from how big they are, but this is much thinner. Most women, they're gonna do stuff with their eyes. They're gonna do some color. They're gonna do some stuff. You don't want to take away from that. You want to add to it. The only way to add to it when you're wearing glasses is go really thin around your eyes. You can still go chunky on the temples. You can still go fun. You just gotta pay attention, and that's what we're here for. You don't have to worry about trying to do that. Now, if you were, say you were going to, I would say, a night out, are you still going to have that same trendy look that you want to be, or are you going to try to dress it up, clean it up?
Yeah.
Because that's probably going to be a completely different, I'd probably go really, really thin, okay? You can still get that trendy look, but you can go thin and clean.
These are good for work also.
That is more of, if you're going to dress it up, you want to just do it really simple, you want to go really clean, and then you can put the emphasis on your eyes, on your hair. You can have some crazy outfit, but you gotta tone it down when you're trying to, whatever you're going to put emphasis on, you got to tone the other areas down, or else it's going to take over.
What about skin tone?
It's going to be a little different, okay? I will tell you, a lot of times when women come in here, I tell them, don't wear any makeup. Don't put your bronzer on, don't do your hair, and come in just natural. Because if you like the frame then, you're going to like the frame when you get together. Red, for instance, okay? You really have the advantage to being able to pull off looks.
I needed glasses.
On my skin tone, I'm more peachy, okay? So if I put on a red frame, it doesn't look as good, okay? It's also translucent. If you notice how clear it is, that's going to pick up your natural skin tone. It's going to really play on your darker skin tone, where mine, it's just going to go right through me. Now black, on my skin tone, will still work fine. Skin tone is not the only thing that's going to make glasses work. I'll tell you what, this is actually probably one of the coolest. This is frosted, okay? The front is not polished.
Know-it-all Nathan.
And it was named exactly like that because he thinks he's a know-it-all. That's why it was named like that. That's more, this is verging on a little bit more trendy. It's a little louder.
It's very retro.
I will say probably some of the most incredible glasses, including all brands I've ever seen, will be arriving in about 4 or 5 months. And it's coming from this line. Going to come into our industry is more retro. And I don't mean retro like the 40s, okay? I mean retro, like classy retro. That's what you're going to see. You can kind of get a sneak peek of it when you see Norman. Okay, if he's out and about, he's wearing one of them. Like I can show you this, and I can show you a similar shape or style in other lines. Doesn't mean it's going to be as good as Norman. You're going to see 50, 60, 70.
I'm looking at these. I'm looking like at the bling that's on the side.
Yeah.
And all the different like embellishments that are on. So is that what's in season right now?
I would say what's in season right now, probably not so much. Probably not so much for us, okay? To be quite honest, if you take a look at all the other brands, like you take a look at Chanel, for instance. Chanel is not made by Chanel. A lot of people don't know that. It's made by a big company called Exotica. They make every house brand that you know of. Ray-Ban, Versace, Prada, Dolce, every brand out there, okay? I like them or I don't like them. They have a team, okay? When I mean a team, I mean like hundreds and hundreds of designers that go to Milan and they go all over the world to design it. So when you look at a company like Chanel, you take a look at what they're doing too, okay? They're not doing embellishments. Chanel used to have bling and stones and all these crazy stuff. You go look at a Chanel now, it's going way back. Original Coco style, big circle, half fade cuts. I mean, you're talking when she was the designer doing it like that. Like that's really what you're talking about. But I'm going to be honest, it's not so much the embellishments. However, in a company, you can't limit people to just what's in style. Make sure that I get them in that category and show them the options.
Really a lot of options. It seems like it's a wide variety of frames, so you have a lot to choose from.
12 to 1,500 frames here.
Wow.
This is just one, this is the starting point, okay? We have, I would say, probably every different style, shape, color, conservative, funky, trendy, in this room alone. Most people, thus being the most popular line and bestseller at Eyetique, we can find you something in this room. One, maybe an everyday sports pair. What if you play tennis? You can't really wear this for tennis. It's not going to work. However, you can take something like this that's fully flexible. Okay? You can take something like this. You can play tennis in it. You can maybe go running. Say you're a biker. What if you bike? You can do this as maybe something on those lines of whatever type of activities you do. This would fit that type of portion in your life.